Losing a life partner is one of the greatest shocks a person can experience. It is an emotional loss and a profound transformation in daily life, from routines to major decisions regarding finances, housing, and the future. The departure of a companion who has been by one's side for many years, or even a lifetime, leaves an emptiness that cannot be immediately filled, often causing a sense of disorientation, loneliness, and overwhelming anxiety. During this sensitive time, you may face countless unexpected decisions, from small matters like reorganizing the deceased's belongings to more significant ones, such as managing finances, handling property, or even considering opening your heart to a new relationship. This is also a period when emotions can easily cloud judgment, leading to hasty decisions you might regret later. We often hear the saying, "Time heals all wounds," but not everyone processes grief similarly. Some people throw themselves into work to escape reality. In contrast, others seek comfort in friends and family, or even make impulsive decisions such as selling their home, moving to a new place, remarrying too soon, or spending large sums of money to momentarily numb the pain of loss. However, not all of these choices bring the relief you might expect. This video will discuss 5 important things you should consider before saying yes after losing your life partner. These decisions can have serious financial and emotional consequences, potentially prolonging and complicating your healing journey. The key is to recognize these pitfalls before falling into them to protect yourself in every way, from mental well-being to financial security and overall quality of life in the years ahead. Watch until the end, because this information will help you avoid common mistakes that many have unknowingly made and provide you with a clearer perspective, allowing you to navigate this challenging time with peace, dignity, and the support you truly deserve. Now, let's get started. 1. Don't neglect your health and self-care. Losing a life partner doesn't just leave an emotional void. It also profoundly affects both physical and mental well-being. During this period of grief, many people tend to neglect self-care. They lose their appetite, skip meals, or eat just enough to get by. Sleep deprivation, staying late, and lacking motivation to exercise also become common. Some even stop seeing their doctor, despite previously being diligent about their health. Studies have shown that losing a spouse can lead to serious health complications. The risk of cardiovascular disease increases significantly, and the immune system weakens, making the body more susceptible to illness. In older individuals, prolonged grief can contribute to memory decline or even long-term depression, drastically affecting their overall quality of life. When the pain of loss dominates the mind, many fail to realize that their body is also suffering in a very real way. Mr. Robert, 82, is a prime example. For 55 years, his wife had prepared nutritious meals and reminded him to care for himself. But after she passed away, Robert gradually lost his habit of eating properly. Hot, home-cooked meals were replaced with simple dishes, or sometimes just bread and coffee to get through the day. He also lost interest in activities he once enjoyed with his wife, such as morning walks or attending a book club. Over time, he began feeling exhausted, drained, and lacking the energy to do anything. Fortunately, his daughter noticed the change and encouraged him to shift. She helped him plan simple yet nutritious meals, reminded him to keep up with his regular health checkups, and encouraged him to engage in light activities like walking in the park and socializing with friends. After just a few months of maintaining these healthy habits, Robert felt physically and mentally better. Prioritizing your well-being is not selfish. It is necessary to maintain a fulfilling and healthy life, even in the absence of your life partner. Grief can be overwhelming, making it easy to neglect your own needs, but taking care of yourself allows you to navigate this difficult period with strength and resilience. Make sure to eat nourishing meals, even if you don't feel like it, as proper nutrition is crucial in maintaining both physical and mental health. Establish a regular sleep schedule to help restore your energy and emotional balance, as fatigue can amplify feelings of sadness and anxiety. Engage in light daily exercise, such as walking or stretching, to keep your body active and improve overall well-being. Additionally, don't overlook regular medical checkups, even if you feel fine. Stress and prolonged grief can take a toll on your immune system, heart health, and cognitive function, making preventive care more important than ever. Surround yourself with a supportive community, whether it's close family, friends, or even a grief support group, so you don't have to navigate this journey alone. Even in the depths of sorrow, your body and mind still require attention, care, and compassion. By prioritizing your health, you are honoring yourself and preserving the strength needed to embrace life's next chapter with resilience and hope. 2. Learn to let go. Don't hold on to everything as it was. When losing a life partner, it is completely natural to keep a few meaningful mementos. A cherished photograph, a handwritten letter, or a favorite belonging of the deceased can provide comfort as if they are still present in some way. However, suppose you hold on to everything: their clothes, shoes, and even the smallest household items, without making any changes. In that case, you may unintentionally trap yourself in grief, making it harder to move forward. Mrs. Margaret, 74, is a prime example. After her husband passed away, she couldn't bring herself to change anything in their home. His favorite coat remained hanging by the door, his neatly placed shoes stayed under the bed, and his cherished coffee mug sat untouched on the kitchen shelf. She even kept his seat at the dining table empty, not allowing anyone to sit there. At first, preserving everything gave her a sense of comfort. Each time she looked around, she could imagine he was still there with her. However, as time passed, her grief did not ease. Instead, it grew heavier. Every time she walked into the bedroom and saw his shirt still hanging on the rack, it felt like she was losing him again. Memories flooded back, but they trapped her in the past instead of bringing her peace. It wasn't until a close friend visited and gently encouraged her to make a change that Margaret realized she needed to move forward. She started with small steps, packing away his clothes into a box, keeping only a few truly meaningful items. She also donated some of his belongings, knowing that he preferred they be used rather than left to gather dust. As she gradually adjusted her living space, she breathed a little easier, creating room in her home and her heart to continue living rather than remaining stuck in the past. Holding on to a few meaningful mementos is a natural way to cherish memories, but it's important not to let them become obstacles that keep you from moving forward. While familiar belongings can provide comfort, an unchanged space frozen in time may make it harder for you to heal. Instead of feeling pressured to make drastic changes, start with small, manageable steps. Perhaps by gently reorganizing your home, setting aside a few treasured keepsakes, or gradually donating items that no longer serve a purpose. Creating a living environment that fosters healing doesn't mean erasing the past. It means making space for your emotional well-being. It's about finding a balance between honoring the memories of your loved one and allowing yourself the freedom to embrace life as it unfolds. Letting go is not an act of forgetting or a sign of moving on without them. Rather, it is an act of self-care, permitting yourself to live, heal, and discover new moments of joy while still carrying the love and memories you shared. 3. Don't rush into a new relationship. Losing a life partner brings not only the pain of loss, but also a profound emptiness in daily life. After years of companionship, facing solitude can be incredibly difficult. Eating meals alone, spending evenings without someone to talk to, or going through holidays without your spouse, all these moments can leave you feeling lost and empty. Because of this, many people unknowingly seek comfort in a new relationship too soon, without truly considering whether they are emotionally ready. Mr. Richard, 68, is a clear example of this. For 40 years, His wife had been his companion, sharing every moment of life with him. But after she passed away, the silence in his home became unbearable. Seeking companionship, he quickly entered a relationship with a woman he met at a senior club. At first, he felt a sense of relief from loneliness, but after just a few months, he realized that he wasn't truly ready. He often compared his new partner to his late wife, expecting her to do things the same way. Their conversations no longer brought him joy, but became exhausting and filled with unspoken pressure. While she was looking for a serious relationship, he was still struggling with memories of the past. Ultimately, the relationship left him even more heartbroken, while she felt hurt, realizing she had become a replacement rather than a true companion. The weight of loneliness can be overwhelming, making it tempting to seek comfort in a new relationship as a way to fill the emptiness left by your late partner. However, entering a new romance too soon, before you have fully processed your grief, may lead to emotional confusion rather than true companionship. A meaningful connection should not be driven by the fear of being alone, but by a genuine readiness to welcome someone new into your life. Give yourself the grace to heal at your own pace. Take the time to reconnect with yourself, reflect on your needs, and adapt to this new chapter before considering a new relationship. Rediscover the things that bring you joy: hobbies, social connections, or personal growth. When the right person comes along at the right time, your relationship will be built on mutual respect, shared values, and emotional readiness, rather than serving as a temporary escape from loneliness. True companionship should add to your sense of wholeness, not simply fill a void. By allowing yourself the time to heal, you ensure that when love does find its way back into your life, it will be meaningful, fulfilling, and grounded in genuine connection. 4. Be cautious with major financial decisions. Losing a life partner can bring significant changes to your life, and one of the biggest adjustments is financial management. If you previously made decisions together, discussing plans, sharing responsibilities, and budgeting as a team, you may now feel lost when making important financial choices on your own. Savings, insurance policies, investments, and deciding whether to keep or sell your home can quickly become overwhelming. In such circumstances, many believe taking immediate action will help them regain control and stability. However, grief can cloud judgment, and making major financial decisions too soon may lead to unintended and lasting consequences. Mr. Henry, 70, is a prime example of this. When his wife passed away, he suddenly felt that their home was too large and empty. Friends and family advised him to sell it quickly to reduce expenses and start fresh. At first, the idea seemed reasonable. A smaller home meant less upkeep, lower maintenance costs, and possibly a way to escape the painful memories. Not wanting to prolong his grief, Henry quickly put the house on the market. Within a few months, he moved into a smaller apartment in a new neighborhood. But as time passed, he realized his decision had been too hasty. He missed his old neighbors, the familiar streets where he and his wife used to take walks, and the garden they had lovingly tended for years. The abrupt change didn't relieve him, it only deepened his sorrow. On top of that, selling his home so quickly meant he had no time to properly evaluate the real estate market. Had he waited a bit longer, he might have found a better option, or sold the house at a higher price. Ultimately, Henry learned that stability doesn't come from rushed decisions, but from carefully understanding what truly suits one's long-term well-being. After losing a life partner, give yourself time before making any major financial decisions. Don't rush into selling your home, making large investments, altering your assets, or committing to long-term financial plans while grieving. Give yourself a year to process your emotions and carefully evaluate your choices before making major financial or life-altering decisions. Grief can cloud judgment, and what may seem like the right decision at the moment could later bring regret. Allowing yourself time to heal creates space for clearer thinking, ensuring that any changes you make are truly in your long-term best interest. During this period, take a step back and assess your financial situation, living arrangements, and plans with a calm and rational mindset. Seek guidance from trusted family members, financial advisors, or support groups to gain different perspectives before committing to significant decisions, such as selling a home, making large investments, or altering assets. When the initial wave of emotions has settled, you will be in a much better position to make well-thought-out choices that align with your needs, goals, and overall well-being. Thoughtful decisions made with a clear mind will help you move forward with confidence, stability, and a sense of control over your future. 5. Don't isolate yourself. Stay connected with others. After losing a life partner, it's completely natural to want to withdraw and avoid social interactions. When grief feels overwhelming, meeting friends and family, or participating in social activities can seem exhausting. Many believe that being alone will help them process their emotions more easily, but in reality, prolonged isolation can make the healing process much harder. Studies have shown that long-term social isolation not only affects mental health, but also has negative impacts on physical well-being. People who limit social interactions after losing a loved one have a higher risk of heart disease, weakened immune systems, high blood pressure, and even reduced life expectancy. On the other hand, maintaining even small connections, like a phone conversation or a short walk with a friend, can help ease grief and restore a sense of purpose in life. Mrs. Eleanor, 75, experienced this firsthand. After her husband passed away, she gradually withdrew from those around her. She ignored calls from her children, grandchildren, and friends. She declined invitations to meals and family gatherings, believing that no one could truly understand her pain and that it would be easier to be alone. But the more she isolated herself, the more exhausted she felt. Each day passed in silence, draining her energy. She lost her appetite and interest in hobbies she once loved, like reading and gardening. No one forced her to join large gatherings, but isolation slowly trapped her in a cycle of sadness and emptiness. One day, an old friend from her book club stopped by and invited her out for tea. At first, she hesitated and declined, but after repeated encouragement, she finally decided to try it. Just one simple conversation brought her a sense of relief. Gradually, she started opening up, meeting old friends and spending more time with her family. She didn't need to rush back into an active social life, but these small connections helped her feel less alone and motivated her to keep going. You don't have to push yourself into large social gatherings or busy events before you feel ready. The grieving process is deeply personal, and it's natural to need time and space to adjust. However, withdrawing completely from the world can make the healing journey even more challenging. Isolation often amplifies feelings of loneliness and sadness, making it harder to find comfort and regain a sense of normalcy. Instead, take small, manageable steps to stay connected. Start by returning a phone call from a friend or family member, even if it's just for a brief conversation. If you're comfortable, take a short walk with a trusted companion or engage in light social interactions, such as meeting for coffee or joining a local support group where others understand your experience. These small moments of connection can be incredibly meaningful, offering a sense of support and reassurance that you are not alone in your grief. Surrounding yourself with caring people, even in small ways, can significantly affect your emotional well-being. Over time, as you regain strength, you may find engaging in more social activities easier. Healing doesn't mean rushing back into life as it was before, but rather finding a balance between honoring your loss and allowing yourself to move forward with love, support, and renewed purpose. Losing a life partner is one of the most difficult challenges anyone can face. It is not just an emotional loss, but a profound shift in daily life and how we look toward the future. Amid grief, Making sound decisions can feel more challenging than ever. However, recognizing and avoiding common mistakes can help you navigate this transition with strength, peace, and hope for the future. Looking back at the stories of Mr. Henry, Mrs. Margaret, Mrs. Eleanor, and many others, it's clear that everyone copes with loss. Some rush into major financial decisions, others seek comfort in a new relationship too soon, and some isolate themselves, believing no one can truly understand their pain. But as time passes, they realize that healing is not about forgetting. It's about learning to live with cherished memories while opening their hearts to the future. Every grief journey is unique, but one thing remains the same. You don't have to face it alone. Give yourself time, maintain healthy habits, stay connected with loved ones, and, most importantly, make decisions when you're truly ready. What do you think is the most important factor in overcoming loss? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might provide comfort and understanding to someone going through the same experience.